Hi, my name is Krish. Welcome to this journey through advanced business strategy and competitive advantage. Today we are going to study the chapter, which is Strategy Execution and Change Management. In this chapter, we'll explore how businesses convert their plans into real-world results. We'll learn why many strategies fail at execution, the importance of alignment, how to manage organizational change, and how communication plays a big role in success. Let's begin with the idea of the strategy execution gap. This gap refers to the disconnect between what companies plan to do and what they actually accomplish. Studies show that 60 to 90% of business strategies don't achieve their full potential. Why? Often it's due to unclear priorities, poor communication, lack of resources, and resistance to change. Think about companies like Apple and Kodak. Apple succeeded by focusing sharply on a few products. Kodak, despite inventing digital photography, failed because they didn't execute that strategy well. That's how critical execution is. Next, we move on to translating strategic goals into KPIs. Companies must turn broad goals like become an industry leader into measurable KPIs, key performance indicators. For example, if a goal is to be a customer satisfaction leader, KPIs could be Net Promoter Score or customer complaint resolution time. We also use SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, to make goals more practical and trackable. This helps teams focus and work towards targets that clearly contribute to the company's strategy. Now let's explore two major execution frameworks, OKRs and the Balanced Scorecard. OKRs stand for Objectives and Key Results. Objectives are broad and motivational, like become the top brand among youth. Key results are the measurable parts, like achieving 85% brand recognition. The Balanced Scorecard, BSC, on the other hand, divides strategy into 4 areas: financial, customer, internal processes, and learning and growth. This helps ensure that execution is balanced, not focused only on profits, but also on customer satisfaction and team development. Aligning teams to strategy is another crucial step. Even the best strategy won't work if teams don't know how their daily tasks connect to the big picture. Alignment can be done through strategy workshops, goal cascading, and performance reviews tied to strategic objectives. This helps create line of sight, so even a frontline employee understands how their role supports the company's long-term goals. Now let's dive into change management. Whenever a company tries to execute new strategies, change is involved, and people often resist change. 2 famous models help manage this. First, Lewin's change model, which involves 3 steps. Unfreeze, prepare people for change. Change, implement it. And refreeze, make the change permanent. Second, Kotter's 8-step model adds more detail, like creating urgency, forming a coalition, and celebrating quick wins. Both models remind us strategy is about people too, not just processes. Overcoming resistance to change is essential. Employees may resist because they fear job loss, distrust leadership, or feel overwhelmed. To reduce resistance, companies must communicate transparently, involve employees in the change process, offer training, and sometimes even negotiate incentives. Making employees feel heard and supported can transform opposition into cooperation. Let's talk about strategic communication. George Bernard Shaw once said, "The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place." To succeed, leaders must tailor messages for different audiences, repeat them consistently, and provide two-way communication. People need to know what's changing, why it matters to them, and how they can contribute. Execution. Playbooks are very helpful tools. They act as detailed roadmaps with priorities, timelines, responsible people, and resources. They prevent confusion and ensure everyone knows who's doing what and when. These playbooks increase accountability and help companies track progress over time. Agile execution models are modern approaches for fast-changing environments. Rather than planning everything in advance, companies take small steps called sprints, test outcomes, and adjust quickly. This flexible trial-and-error method works well in uncertain situations, like launching a new product or entering a new market. Finally, we conclude with monitoring and adjusting strategy. Strategy isn't static. It needs constant review. Companies hold regular meetings, use dashboards, and collect employee feedback to see if things are working. If not, they adjust. The best companies strike a balance between staying focused and staying flexible.